Hey guys, Angela here, and welcome back to Hobby Night. As today is a fertility holiday, and of course we always want to celebrate the Emperor of Mankind, we are going to be painting some Easter eggs today. So I have these 4 eggs and some corresponding paints that I will be using. A variety of brands, in fact. I've got some Venetian Rose and some Naples Yellow Deep for Amsterdam brand. I have some brilliant yellow green from Liquitex, and then I have some Thalos Blue from Golden that I will be base coating these eggs in, and then we are going to be painting some sigils of the Emperor on them. Well, 2 of them will be. The other 2 will be chaos. So you might be wondering which of the legions that we'll be painting today on these eggs. Well, for the chaos, I have chosen to do the Alpha Legion on the green egg. On the blue egg, we will be putting the Night Lords. And then for the 2 Imperium factions, what we are going to be doing is the Father Chapter to my first army, which will be the Imperial Fists on the yellow egg. And of course, the red egg must in fact be the Blood Angels. So that's what we're going to be putting on each of the 4 eggs, and I'll check back with you guys in a moment once we have them ready. As you can see, I have the sigils drawn on the eggs. I have the Imperial Fist, the Blood Angels, the Derpy Alpha Legion, which is my favorite, and then the Night Lords are being a little bit of a pain and not wanting to allow me to draw on the egg. So this one we're going to completely freehand, but it's going to go fine. I have much confidence. But we're going to start with the Imperial Fist. So I'm just going to put these guys away. Get some black paint, because I'm just going to do this one in black. Onto my palette real quick. Thin it down just a smidge, because we don't want to go on too heavy. And then we're going to just paint and fill in where I drew. Now the nice thing about the pencil on this is if you use a little bit of water when we're finished, we'll get any excess pencil off that I don't cover. So I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and start on the Blood Angels egg now while the Imperial Fist is drying. I think it looks pretty good so far. I'm doing the Blood Angel one next, primarily because I still have black on my palette. And we're going to be painting the wings in black, and then the blood drop itself will be in a red, which I will be using corn red for that. So let's go ahead and get started. Next up is the Alpha Legion while we let the Blood Angels dry over here. So I have a special paint that I picked out for this one from the Lumiere brand that I used to buy relatively frequently, that I really like a lot. So this is an iridescent acrylic, meaning that, iridescent isn't quite the right word, but basically it has a 2-tone. So color, kind of like color shift paints, if you've ever played around with those. This basically does the same thing. This is a fine arts brand, but I have it on hand and I think it'll look really cool with the Alpha Legion, because it does what I've seen some people do the Alpha Legion armor in, where it shifts between like a blue and a green. So I thought that might be appropriate. So let me get a little bit of that on my palette and we'll get started. This one is, I imagine will be fairly derpy. As it is a slightly more complicated and I don't fully trust my freehand ability, but I am looking forward to it nonetheless. And we're going to go ahead and hope that this paint works, because I definitely did not test it beforehand. Oh yeah, no, this is gonna work wonderfully. All right, and last but not least, this is going to be the most challenging one, not necessarily because the icon is difficult, but mostly because I couldn't sketch out even a template for what I was going to do. So I've got some white here as well as red that we used on the Blood Angels. We're also going to use on the wings of the logo for the Night Haunt, or not the Night Haunts, for the Night Lords. And we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to get some of this on my palette real fast. And we'll start painting. I actually think that the one for the Alpha Legion came out really cute. I'll show you guys a close-up. It's drying right now, but I thought it turned out quite well. We'll get a close-up of each of these, of course, at the end here. But here we go. Look at that magnificent skull forming. And here they are, my eggs. The Imperial Fist Egg. Now I will go through before I post pictures of these and possibly do a final cleanup of removing the pencil. Here is the Night Lord. This is the only one, of course, that I don't have to remove the pencil. I thought my freehand actually went quite well, and I love his little eyes and nose. And I even added the small teeths that they have on the skull because it is hilarious to me, and I love it. This is definitely my favorite of the eggs. I also have the Blood Angels, which is I feel bad because this is the one I drew out first, and I feel like it's the one that actually ended up being like the derpiest of everything, despite the fact that I thought it was going to be the Alpha Legion one. But yeah, no, I still really like it. I think it's very cute. I will practice more Blood Angel wings. And then, of course, the Alpha Legion, which this one I have already used a little bit of water and just washed away all of the pencil marking. Well, not all of them. You can probably still see a few of them. But there are a few there, but I cleaned up most of it. I'm very happy with how they came out. They even look, to me at least, like they have little bunny ears as part of their horns. And then, of course, these other two eggs are for the Lost Legion, and they will just never be dealt with. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this Easter special. I certainly enjoyed painting these eggs. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm very proud of myself. I haven't freehanded anything in a very, very long time that I will not go into details about. But I think these actually came out very, very well, and I am glad that I did this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I will see you next week.
I'm pretty sure this is heresy.
Why is it heresy? The packaging says, paint freely to make your special Easter eggs.
I'm pretty sure Easter sounds like a holiday associated with a religion that is not the Imperial Creed.
Well, that's okay, because we're going to be making these for the Imperial Creed. Kind of.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, I'm going to take 4 of these eggs because no one wants to paint those eggs. We're going to take these 4 eggs.
Nobody wants you white eggs.
It's true. Those are my spares in case I screw something up, actually, is really what those ones are. But we're going to take these 4 eggs. I'm going to stick them onto these skewers because I never actually use them for skewering things. And I'm going to prime these, and then I'm going to base coat them in some just like acrylic paints that I have laying around from a mix of 3 different companies, in fact. And then I'm going to put wonderful, wonderful Warhammer sigils on them.
Wait, are you going to inscribe upon this egg's very visage the holy sigils of the Emperor's finest?
Yes. Well, 2 of them.
Ah, wait. There are 1, 2, 3, quattro eggs. If you're only painting 2 Space Marine chapters, then what are the other 2?
Well, we have to keep it even.
What do you mean even?
We have to have 2 Imperium icons.
Of course.
And we must also have 2 chaos.
Ah! Now, are you sure it's not a dumb idea to be priming them when they're already the colors that they need to be?
You know what?
Ignore the screaming outside if you can hear that. There's children.
Or chaos. The warp is out in our hallway.
No, not again. Not again.
You know what? That's a good point. I could just literally keep them this color and not have to do more work. Excellent job.
I'm pretty sure all
Great
of
idea.
these are color associated.
They are.
With the colors with the legions in mind.
Indeed. But if you want to know which legions we're doing, you'll have to watch the video this Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Easter. No, today is Friday. Tomorrow is Today is Saturday. Tomorrow's It's gonna be out Sunday.
What has quarantine done to you?
It's turned me back into a college photography student. Not that I actually studied photography, but there was a time where I took many photos and I was in weird positions. This is not actually the weirdest, but now I have to stage eggs with bunnies. And that's new.
So, okay. There's a lot to unpack with what was just said.
Yeah.
The least of which was the photos with bunnies.
Uh-huh.
The other one is the many photos in many poses or positions. But we'll talk about that another time.
Excellent.
I don't really know where this is going in the vlogs. I just had to throw it in there. Isn't that right, Mr. Peter Rabbit?